This is it's so pretty, and then all the teas are growing among the rocks. This is a little known area in Qimen or in Keemun called Tongan. This is actually like halfway to Gunungjiang, which is a scenic area here. This village has only 16 households. They still don't have roads yet, but I was told that next year if I come back, they're gonna have roads. Now Qimen, this area is known for its red tea, Qimen red, or Chinese we call it Qihong. So finally, I have an opportunity to show you the differences between the first bud, second bud, and the summer bud. So right now, because it's pretty much the end of the spring season, and the summer teas start coming out. So all these are the summer buds. I don't know if you can tell, this one has been picked already, and from where it's been picked, little buds start to come out again. Now many people will sell these skinny buds as premium all bud tea, but that's no, that's different. This is the summer bud. If you pick them and then weigh them on your hand, it's much lighter than the spring tea, and sometimes people call it the empty shell tea, bud. Versus over here, we have a first bud. Now I want to show you. So when this one starts to opening up, right? So this one, see how big and fat it is. For any bud, small is not good. If given the same varietal, because there is varietal difference, you're always looking for proportionally the fatter bud. Now this is the first spring bud. Like I want to tuck this one inside, and now this is the first spring bud. This one is heavier. So sometimes even though it's some of the leaf tea, but it's when this one opened up become the leaf, it's the first bud leaf. It's different. The content in here, the substance inside here is different. So for like guapian and for southern oolong teas, they're waiting for this one to become a leaf. So it's different from these kind of leaves. Right? It's different from these kind of leaves. And I want to show you when this one opened up, become a leaf, it's going to fold backwards. And this bud comes out. Now this is the second bud of the spring tea. See, it's much skinnier. Can you tell? And over here, we have the summer tea. So I just want to point out, because it's very rare opportunity to actually see both the summer tea and spring tea. But there is a huge difference, and of course in the summer tea the price drops by great amount. Some places a lot of true origins do not pick summer tea, and these summer teas only cost like a fraction of the spring tea. So now on my hand I have 3 tea buds. To my left, like on the left side over here, where my thumb is, this is a first spring bud. So see how big and fat it is. Whenever it's the first bud, usually it's longer than the leaf. It's very nutritious, and the bud try the whole winter finally to come out. So it's very heavy. For a good bud. Of course, there are other ways to make the bud fatter. There's certain varietals the bud is a little fatter, and then there's also with fertilizer the bud will be a little bigger as well. However, it's not gonna have the same kind of weight. If you put on your hand, the good bud is even just one bud, like some of the silver needle, just the bud. You put it on your hand, and just one bud, you can feel its weight. And in the middle, this is actually this will be a third spring bud. So as you can see, it's already shorter. It's a little skinnier. Remember, for bud, it's never the size big or small. It's how fat it is. We're looking for fat bud. Fat bud is always good. And then to the right, this is a summer bud. So many people will be like selling the summer bud and saying that, oh, this is the most tender spring bud. Sometimes, especially a lot of the silver needles I see people selling, or some of the green teas, it's the summer bud. This is the summer bud. It costs a fraction of the spring bud. All right, sorry about the nerdiness of this, but I really want to drive home how tea actually buds, because it's very, very important. It's essential knowledge, for picking the quality teas, because for a lot of teas the picking is very, very important. And I see so many bullshit about tea buds in the market, about the tenderness of the tea, the first bud and everything. So this is the first bud, right? And a lot of times when people pick, the most common way of picking very tender tea is 1 bud and 2 leaves. It's when this bud over here is a little more closed, and these will be the 2 leaves. It's very tender. Sometimes when people, certain region, when people talk about bud, they talk about this whole thing. And over here, the reason why I say this bud is a little a little old is because it's already started to open up a little bit. And if I take it out, you can see, it was one hand, there's another bud inside of it, and this would be the second bud. See, it's a little skinnier, yeah, actually much skinnier, and it's gonna be shorter as well. Now, for a lot of yellow tea, for like the, you know, Jinshan Yinzhen, certain yellow teas, when they pick, so this one over here, this whole thing used to be just one bud, and it used to be a little harder, almost like a little shell kind of like thing, and this is why yellow tea is so freaking expensive. Certain yellow tea like Huang Fangya, of course, use the leaves instead of just a single bud. And when this one was the bud, when this one wraps around this, like over here, and this was the leaf, when it was this case, sometimes a lot of people call this a single bud as well. And now if you pick silver needles or certain single bud red tea, and also nowadays certain people are very obsessed with using this for green tea, for Biluochun, for Longjing, you can use just this, you know, the one bud in one leaf, yes, or sometimes people call this whole thing a bud. And then it opens up, and this is actually, taste-wise, a lot of people say this is the most desirable because it has a little bud, has a little leaf, and this is the one bud and two leaves. There are many, yeah, there are more to it. You know, each tea has a different, you know, picking habits and stuff. I just want to give you a little demo. That is tea that we just picked from the high mountain area near Yuniujiang. The village is called Tongan. It only has 16 households, and let me just dump it all out because we didn't have we didn't anticipate we're gonna pick so many tea there, so we use plastic bags. All the tea leaves sort of get warmed. We need to cool them down a little bit, and the village is called. It's very, very rocky and I really like it. So over here, actually, is a rare opportunity to see a really old technique of making Qimen red tea or Keemun. Qimen is known as a kung fu tea in Chinese red tea making. Now, this is not talking about the tea like making tea brewing technique. This is talking about making tea. The reason it's called the kung fu tea is because it actually involves a refining step that's really, really tedious. And it's basically selecting grades. And all these dust we're seeing is basically the hair from the tea. And as you can see over here, these trays, they have little holes on them, and it was a similar tray at our monk friend's place. Basically, you know, the tea, when Shifu is shaking it, it's gonna drop down here. So only the tea that actually fits this hole is gonna come out. And this is actually tray number 7. So which tells us with this batch of tea, they're gonna do 7 different grades. And this is grade number 7. So, and then later Shifu is going to change it to a tray with even smaller holes, and that'll be number 6, and all the way to the first grade. So, you know, the big ones come out first, and then they change the tray and all the way to the smallest. Now, this is only 7. The most I've seen is 17 steps, which is like a great deal. They separate the steps, the tea for many, many different grades. So what we just saw is the second step of filtering out the different grades of tea. So as you can see, the holes on this tray is a little bigger. It's to filter out the length of the tea. 这个您说是1.5公分。1.5公分。So all the ones that's 就是留在上面了啊。So all the ones that's actually greater than 1.5 centimeters are kept on this tray, and it was filtered out are all the ones that's actually smaller than 1.5 centimeter. Now the smaller tray that we saw earlier was to filter out the width of the tea. So with this kind of repeated step, you have tea that fits both the small diameter size and then also the small length as well. So these tea will go on to the next grade, and these gets to stay in this grade basically. 啊，那师傅你把它倒出来吧。See, that was really sleek.
头不要紧。
哦，
这个抖下来不要紧。
然后我就这样就好了，是吧？哦，这样。
这个手那一点跟这一点。
像那个深深的这种。
哦。
啊，对对，要看那个在那分。
哦，这样要斜着的是吧？好。
他这里有点像。
I obviously I did it wrong, and I like how they actually have a string. It helps me to move the tea. When I was at 5 师傅 at my friend's place, I didn't even have this. 是这样的。See, when they do it, for some reason, you know, the tea, yeah, it's 均匀的, it just gets spread out evenly. But when I do it, all skirt to one side. 打得轻一点。
来，这个正轻打的高的，正轻打的高。而且打掉这个可以跟你，还是这么一个这么过来，它这个带着它有这个这绑点是反
面。哦，要反着这样。
哎，它是反面的，它这样打的嘛，是反面的，这样打过来是打这个。它不能你打一张，它就打碎了。而且这个带着打的碎的，这里头放一个拉也在这里头，还有点，它自己在里头打，这个那个那拌呢，在这个里面在里面搅。
哦，它里面专门有一个东西在里面搅拌。
哎，它就搅拌的，你把它像那个什么？你像这个有这里，那这个它也它这个这四不中。哦。还有这个搅拌。
我还能打吗？
可以了，可以了。
So what we just saw, actually, 好的，我先说一下哈，然后再打。So what we just saw is actually the key part of the Qimen red tea, Gongfu tea making process. This is really ancient. Many people think the broken tea is cut, but the most traditional way is actually beaten in the bag. You used to beat it on stone, but now because all the floors is actually of concrete, you just beat it on the floor. And I was told because this is the first batch of tea, so he needs to do it very tenderly, and it looks like you're just beating the tea, but the tea actually is turning inside of the cloth, and there's also a little knot in the cloth as well that helps the tea to turn. So with a few times, it actually gets beaten very evenly. A real shifu can basically use this step and make the tea, every single one is the same size, and it's much rounder than machine cut, so it tastes softer.
你可以把它打开，这个顺过来打一下，这个顺过来打一下。
There are only a few, very, very few people who know how to do this in Qimen now. A lot of people use machine cut, or actually sometimes people think machine cut tea is like broken tea is more inferior. So usually people make it into the wholesome tea versus actually beaten it into this shape. Or people use the very low quality beating to machine cut it and then trying to say that this is the traditional Qimen. But the real Qimen in the old times, they only have the leaves that only makes tea into this shape, and it's done in this way. So see, this little knot in the tea helps turn the tea when we're turning the bag, so the tea gets beaten evenly. And they repeat this process. Now this is a lower grade tea, and if they beat the process, they repeat the process many times, it all comes out like a very tiny bit, all the same sizes. It's really amazing.